Okay, if you're ready to get started with Sign to Sell for the first time, there are a few settings you need to set up first. I am in the original version of ResaleAI. If you're using the beta version to start checking in, we don't have the settings ready in there quite yet, so you'll need to go to the original version and sign in at app.resaleai.com to access these settings. Once you're in, click the menu and click Settings, and you should see this screen. So there's three quick things I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the Labs page, and this is where I see Sign to Sell. I can click this settings wheel, and I can update the terms and conditions that a customer signs on their phone and agrees to if I want to add on to the standard buy policy. And I can turn on or off the setting to require a driver's license. This means that a driver's license is required every single time, no matter whether you scan or not. So if I have it turned off, I can still use the scanner to scan a license. But if I checked in without a scanner, I wouldn't need the license number. Since it's turned on for this store, that means that if I checked in a buy without scanning, I would be required to type in the ID number or type in the last 4 digits to verify it, since I didn't scan, because we have to have an ID on file for every single buy. So this is just up to you whether you want to turn it on or not. The next thing I'm going to do is go to the texting page, and you can set up one time some pre-written messages to quickly select and send to customers as you complete their buy, or maybe to remind them later. These examples are for our team, so I'm going to go to a real store. It's one of my family stores, so you can see kind of an example. Buy completed, your items are ready at Plato's Closet, stop by before we close today, get your cash, or shop in store to trade and save on sales tax. You can put whatever you want here. You can even have emojis or that kind of thing. I would recommend having at least one buy complete message and at least one reminder. We also have one for all pass or other kinds. Some stores have one for a great seller. You can set it up however works best for you. So those two things just need to happen one time. The last piece are our employees. I'm going to click Employees here, and this will need to happen anytime you have a new employee. So we want to make sure that our employee in ResaleAI is mapped to the employee in DRS. Here's me down here, and I can see my DRS initials, so I can see I'm already linked. What happens when we check in a new buy is it actually creates the buy in DRS with the right DRS user, so the initials that show up in DRS are correct. For this to happen, we have to map this setting once because it doesn't know that Sarah in ResaleAI is Sarah in DRS. So I would scroll through the list and find the customer or the employee in DRS and then click Update to save. If you don't see the person here in the list, make sure they have a DRS user account and then just send our team a chat. Sometimes it takes a while to sync and add new employees if they were recently added, and we can update that for you a little faster. But again, you will need to do this one time for every employee. I can look down the list and see who might need to still have it, and if these were missing, this employee would not be able to check in a buy. They would hit an error, so it's important when you have a new employee, you edit and add the DRS initials one time. So to recap, I can update the settings here for Sign to Sell. I can set up pre-written text messages here, and I want to make sure every employee that needs to check in a buy is linked to their DRS user. And that's it.